Cases seem to be running rampant. Some people are even saying that we're in the middle of a quademic right now with RSV, COVID, the flu, norovirus, all those nasty things. So where should you avoid if you don't want to get sick? Tuesday Tidbit on Y101. We are Adam and Allison. Where do you think is the most likely place to get sick?
School.
We'll find out if you're right. The 10th most likely place, concert, sporting events.
Yeah, but if you have a fun event to go to, I don't want to skip it.
Right. I would think that you're a lot better off if it's an outdoor event than an inside event, right?
You would think, yeah.
Gyms and workout classes, that is another place a lot of people are getting sick.
But at the same time, like, I'm working on my health by going to the gym. That's so unfair.
And there are disinfectants all over the place at gyms.
Which you should always be using them. Do not use your equipment and not have the, whatever to disinfect it after you use it.
Hospitals, obviously, a lot of diseases getting spread in hospitals. But the next one, right above hospitals. In fact, your job, you're more likely to get sick at your job than you are if you go to a hospital.
It is true, though, because it takes one person showing up to work sick, and next thing you know, the whole office is sick. And I mean, I don't say that with judgment, because I think we've all, even unintentionally, been that person where you feel like, oh, it's just allergies.
Yeah.
You go into work, you don't realize, and then the next day you're like, oh, this maybe is more than allergies.
Retail stores and shopping malls are a better bet if you don't want to get sick than going to the grocery store. For some reason, you're more likely to get sick after going to the grocery store than just regular retail shopping.
I bet it's all the touching.
You think there's more touching in a grocery store? All right.
Because people are picking up avocados to see which one they want, and watermelons.
Loaves of bread, you're kind of squeezing them. That makes sense. Public transportation, the third most likely public place that you're likely to get sick at.
Dang, I'm such a big proponent of wanting public transport, like more public transport, but people are getting sick there.
Schools and daycare, second most likely place. So you were almost right, but not quite. Number one place to get sick, airplanes and airports.
That's what I was thinking right before you said it. I was like, oh, it's got to be an airplane.
But has anybody else had the experience that since 2020, before 2020, anytime I flew, I felt like I would get a flu, so to speak, or a cold, or have some kind of nasally thing going on. And then after COVID and everything, I've not really gotten sick after I've flown.
No, I still, in fact,
Really?
last year at Christmas, I flew to England and I got deathly sick after that flight. So no, I'm still guilty of getting sick after being on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know. It just hasn't really been it might be all a mind thing. Like before 2020, I was like, oh, we're in close quarters. I'm going to get sick. And then my mind made me sick. And now I thought I have this maybe imaginary thing that they've like redone the way they filter the air since COVID to keep microbes from going in the air.
I think that's completely made up in your head.
It might be. It might be made up, but it's working.
All right, so we just all need to believe it, and then we'll never get sick.
Bingo.